Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again, looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. I did a video about this previously about how the Biden administration is destroying the fighting capability of the American military. So yes, there's a recruitment crisis, and it is a crisis. There are thousands of soldiers short. But they have an answer, right? But they need $114 million from the taxpayer for diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility funds. So, they can engage in this, leftist ideological indoctrination for soldiers. This ideology, diversity, equity, and inclusion, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, this accessibility business. I'll have to look into that bit of nonsense. But at any rate, this DEI stuff is divisive and it's tribalizing. Perhaps you didn't know that the American military was the model of integration in the United States. It set the bar, and it set the bar high. Because as a major in my military told me when I was, early military police academy, we defend democracy. We don't practice it. So the law came down. That black soldier over there, he's a soldier. He's on your team. He wears the same uniform as you. That female soldier, she's a soldier, right? Race, gender, doesn't matter. You are soldiers. You're fighting on the same team. And what this DEI ideology does, it divides people along racial, gender, sexuality. No. In the Canadian military, I was in Afghanistan on the boardwalk at the Kandahar airfield. I overheard an American sergeant speaking to a black woman and some other guy about, no gays in the military, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, pardon me, do you mind if I add some comments? And I told this guy, the arguments you were using about gays in the military, the same argument that was used about blacks in the military and women against the military. The Canadian Armed Force, I don't know what the policies are now. It's, lost its mind to this social justice nonsense. You keep your sexuality at home. None of your business. You have a job as a soldier, and it's professionalism we expect out of you. And no, don't ask, don't tell nonsense. No, you do what you want on your free time. You don't have to hide your sexual identity in your free time. At work, you do work. But this diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff, I saw a video on YouTube. It is a major in the American Army pretending to be a woman, right? A transgender woman, a major in the Army. Young men join the military. The pointy end of the spear is young men. These are the guys who are eating gravel and getting bullets down range. They are closing with and destroying the enemy. That's their job. Do you think they're going to have respect for some transgender woman? Absolutely not. This nonsense has no place in the military. This guy, if he wants to play out his sexual fetish on his own time, that's his own business. But in uniform, he should represent himself as the man that he should naturally be. At any rate, so yes, a recruitment crisis, and they think the Department of Defense, it is going to encourage young men to join the military. Remember that this DEI stuff and this accessibility stuff, it is not going to help the military's mission. And it's also grounded in this poisonous nonsense that the United States is some kind of imperialist country, right? No. Think back, Japan, Second World War, and preceding the Second World War, right? It had Korea as a colony before the Second World War, but it was a murderous, villainous, imperialist army. Murdered, slaughtered, hundreds of thousands in the most grotesque fashion imaginable, as did the Nazis. What did the people of the United States do in the American military? Yes, they crushed the German army and it crushed the Japanese military. And then it spent billions of dollars rebuilding those countries and ensuring that they had liberal democratic constitutions. No, didn't colonize those countries, didn't turn the people of Japan or Germany into slave laborers. Germany, Second World War, did have millions of slave laborers. Japan, slave labor camps, right? Forcing, captured individuals into slave labor. Brutal, murderous. The United States, no, not an imperialist country. So no, this is not going to do the military any good. And this Department of National Defense, these people need to be fired. And the only hope for that is getting a Republican into office. These leftists and the Democratic Party have sold their soul to these leftist radicals. And it's coming back to haunt them, coming back to bite them in the ass. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention. And please do check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. I promise you, it's important, not because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.